So we identified 4 topics. However, we also identified 3 lenses, and I think I want to speak about the lenses first and have you know what the topics are because we think that the 4 topics fit under all 3 lenses. So, a lens to consider this conversation is what we believe our kids' future should look like. And we also thought about personas, that what we want for our children.
Emmy can play with her.
Yeah, she's there right now. She is there earlier than I expected. Um, can you ask Renee if I can come up in just a minute?
Okay, so Renee did not come in with her,
Let me go get Emmy.
but I think there's something. Oh,
If Ian's there, would you have Ian deliver her down to Sarah's office?
will do.
Yeah, that's all I need. Thank you. Okay, sorry. So there's
That's
no
okay.
need. So what does the kid's future look like? Also, another lens would be what do we want a kid's experience while at Wilmot to feel like, look like, be like? And then the last was what is the adult experience while at Wilmot? And we identified adult as all adults, not just a teacher, but Wilmot staff and parents. And so we wanted to look through our future state through those 3 lenses. Kids' future, the kid experience while they're here, and adult experience while they're here. Now, the 4 questions that they'll answer are oh,
I think
that's
there's 3.
no, it's 3 questions. Sorry, it's 3 and 3. So, what is actually important to teach? And we kind of define that with that question of not just content mastery. What are those important components? The second piece there is what do we believe are the leaves? Guys, thank you. E. Hi, will you just have a seat for me, kiddo? Or you can come sit with me. We're being quiet. Leaves for what are the leaves for Wilmot and the link to the generations document? What's important and what might we add? And then the final question is what do we have to take down? What things, barriers do we have to remove to get to that place of what we want it to look like? So 3 lenses and 3 questions for each lens.
Sarah, anything to add?
Nope.
No?
We,
Oh,
Okay. Yep.
yeah,
There is.
so we did talk about using a protocol, the mail call protocol, which we learned in a PLC training, and having these lenses, but then all of these questions be on each card. So in the facilitation, that people can speak to each of those kinds of protocol or those questions within this protocol.
And the mail call protocol allows for so many different voices building on each other, all answering the same question for a period of time. Then the new question comes, and eventually goes back to the group that asked it in the beginning.
And you'll send that to us?
Yes, we can.
Great. Okay. Over to our personas. Who would like to go first?
Stephanie would.
Okay.
Or whoever.
So I like the idea of the lenses, and I like the idea of the mail call protocol because it allows for some sharing your voice, sharing your perspective in a way that your name is not attached to. Let's see. I'm having trouble with it a little bit too, thinking about my persona.
Do you want Stephen to go?
Maybe.
Go ahead, Stephen. Why don't you react?
I guess the main thing I like everything you're saying as a way of talking, the things to talk about in the lenses, and I think the play across the topics with the lenses is really a nice idea. It's going to be complex to pull off, and so that'll take some thinking, but I like the idea a lot. I think there's a tension between content mastery and the other leaves. So when you say, what are what's important to teach and what leaves do we need to maintain
Really right.
and pursue? I'm like going, well, can you even be having this conversation while I have content mastery as my primary motivation or goal? That seems to me to be a problem. And I also feel like I'm not a little fuzzy on what you mean by actions to move. Like, are you talking about actions I'm supposed to take? Are you talking about actions the school's going to take? Or is it a combination? I feel fuzzy about it. It seemed like we leapt from important to teach and leaves to actions to move. And I'm thinking there's a question in between.
Okay. Has that sparked any other?
Do you see how good he did taking on that persona? Because she is absolutely right. Going to bring the content mastery versus the other, and that might make certain people feel, oh wow, content mastery is important too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good at driving the conversation. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Can you restate your second? I think I didn't record it.
Lens
right?
or question?
Your second question.
Is what are the leaves for Wilmot? And that's a link to the generations
Right.
piece. What's important and what might we remove, what might we add, connected very well to
With
the
our
conversation you guys had.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we were drawn off of you. So it connected well because we borrowed.
Because you came up with the tree.
So keep going. Keep going.
Got it.
So I think I'm having trouble with the persona, especially given the time.
Okay.
But
Any other, just of your own reactions then? Don't try the persona, just anything from the top of your own head.
I think that some resistance to change. Like why are we doing this? Why are we looking at this? Why what we've been doing has been working. I think that's I have a waiting list for preschool, so I don't really know why we're worried about it, kind of a thing.
Okay. Anything else? Nope.
Can I ask a question though about that too? Like, under what conditions might your persona be willing to engage in that conversation?
I think I would be willing to engage on a surface level. I'm not sure what it would take to engage on a deeper level. I think especially if we do have some kind of conversation around how does that look pre-K 5? My initial reaction is, well, they can come in and read to my kids. But it's not going to go any deeper than that. It's not going to be an alignment kind of a conversation, and I'm not sure how we elicit that deeper level of thinking.
Yeah.
Do you think that the ideas that we suggested for the first set of dialogue will help to open that up, or will they more likely shut her down more?
I don't know. We'd have to really be thoughtful about what persona we gave her for the kid. Something that she could relate enough to, in terms of age, in terms of thinking of a kid in mind. Maybe that would open her up to thinking, well, we could do this a little better, because I'm sure this kid struggles with that now, or, something like that might. She's going to be one that wants the roots. I mean, I think she feels like the roots are really strong, and, that needs to be the focus. More so than what can we change.
Okay.
Focus on what we're doing better.
Great.